Okay, so we're going to pick up this week with whatever nonsense we ended up with last week. So I've got at least one big structure that I can't kick around, and a lot of other things that have rigid bodies and colliders on them that I can kick around. And then for whatever reason, I decided this table was such heavy oak that I couldn't kick that around either. So no rigid body. Um, if your stuff's purple or pink or fuchsia or whatever we're calling that, besides this grass, which I deliberately made nasty, then it could be for the wrong pipeline. If your first person mini controller that we got from the asset store isn't working, it could be that because you did not change the input style. So we fixed that last week. I left some instructions on Discord. I also added those instructions to the Canvas page just this morning. So we'll go look at that. We'll get into input system later, fingers crossed. But right now, input manager just works. We just have to switch to it. So here's the extra stuff I added. That copied the instructions that I gave to somebody on Discord. So if your stuff just didn't work at all, this is it. All right, so we've got this going. I've got one more model that I want to play with. Really what we're going to do mostly is scripts this week. But I've got this model. It's terrible. Don't ever use this. So I've got this barrel that, because I used it for an LOD example when I first created it, it's like, I don't know, 72,000 polys or something. But it's way more than it needs to be. Totally beside the point. So when I brought it in, I just left colors on it from Blender. Okay, and so I've got black metal, which is showing up through here. I don't know, maybe it's the oil coming out. It's an oil drum. I've got the metal trim, which I can barely see the differences here. And then I've got the barrel metal. So I left those as white or grayscale textures or just colors in Blender so that I could come in and do stuff like just make it whatever color I wanted in Unity. So we'll make this, I don't know, a nice blue by default on the barrel metal material. And we can do something with the metal trim. I can just up the metallicness of that. You can see that like it's kind of shiny and stuff. We can make up the smoothness, and it's almost too much. Like we're getting close to iridescent with the metallic and smoothness. But just bringing colors in, we can make cool stuff happen. Yeah, and I did this on purpose because I want to make even worse stuff happen. So let me just go ahead and add some colliders to this. You know what? I do not want to do a mesh collider on 74,000 polys. Yeah, I'm just not feeling it. So we're just going to put a box around this guy. Be a box collider. Maybe it won't roll. I've got other plans for it anyway. And then maybe a rigid body, just so I could kick it. And we'll leave that as is. And so now I've got a metal barrel that I'm going to turn into a prefab. So I'll drag it down here into my prefab. And then by default, I've got this blue metal barrel. Yeah. So it's blue, and it's just not showing it here. Weird. All right. So I got barrels. Let's make some scripts. So we're going to make some scripts first that just are dumb, but kind of expose some stuff that we're going to do. So we go here to our page for today. We're starting the floor is lava. And I've got a bunch of stuff in here that should all be linked from the page. So the thing we'll do is do some color changing. So we can just copy paste this because we're cheap and generic. So I'm going to copy this. We'll make a new script and we'll kind of walk through what it's doing. So back in Unity, I'm just going to actually make something else. I'm going to use a game object, 3D object. Let's go ahead and make a cylinder. Drag this guy over here. Maybe scale him down a little bit on the Y. Look at that. and it's not 70 something thousand polys, right? One thing to note, when you do make Unity primitives, right, the game object, 3D object, whatever, usually they come with colliders on them. So this has got somehow some kind of a capsule collider on it. That's what we're seeing there, which is weird because I think it's going to make it roll. You can see the roundness of it. Whatever, we're cool with it. We'll call this, I don't know, cheap barrel. Cheap in terms of polygons? I don't know. And so I'm going to add a script to this. And so there's lots of ways to create scripts. I can come in here to my assets folder and right click and create. I do want to go ahead and create a folder just for my scripts. So I'm going to do the same thing with underscore and then scripts. And again, I put the underscore on just so that it flows to the top alphabetically so I know where my stuff's at. So I'm going to open up the scripts folder and I will create C# script. Hello? There it is, mono behavior script. Oh, we're changing it up. Cool. We'll call it color change. Double click this guy and it should open Visual Studio. Visual Studio 2022 Community Edition or something like that is what comes default now. I don't know. Let me see. So color changer, the name's different. So I'm just going to copy the update from here, paste it in, just so we can see it work. All right, so this should be, fingers crossed. Yeah, this looks like it's still using the input manager, and we're looking for get key down. Most of you looking around, yeah, everyone took ITC 110. We did a little bit of this. Key down gets called once when the key's pressed down. If we put get key, then every frame that it detects that it's held down, it would do this. So get key down here just does it once. Doesn't go to check it again on the next frame unless it needs to. So if I hit the key code R, so the R key on my keyboard, I'm going to get component renderer, so the renderer that's on whatever this thing is on, and I'm going to change the material color to color red. So these are built in. You can make your own. Let's see if it does that. Yeah, so here is what it's showing. So RGBA is 1001. So this red is a shortcut. You could type in any amount of whatever, right? So we could, if we wanted this to be white, what would we put in? Yeah, that's hex. So it'd be, yeah, 1111. So full red, full green, full blue, and then the last one's the alpha. Yeah. Yeah, and so it's using a 0 to 1 scale for that 0 to 255, and so it's kind of that's what it's using here. But we've got shortcuts for standard colors like red, green, and blue. So I'm just using those. So if I hit R, then whatever this script is on, if it has a renderer material, it'll change it to red. Otherwise, G changes it to green, B changes it to blue. Cool. All right, let me save this. It's kind of dumb, but it's gonna work out for us later. We'll use this for something actually cool. Unity. There we go. Come back to Unity. Let it render, compile, all this fun stuff. All right, so I'm gonna grab my cheap barrel that's already got a capsule collider on it, and I'm going to add component, and then look for what I just created. So color change. Yes, specifically your tuition. Yeah. I set up a whole schedule. I said, listen, day 1, week 2, charge that old Xander. All right, so we've got a script on it, and it should, I guess, roll around somewhere near where I've got this creepy door at. And if I hit buttons, it should change colors. Gotta find it. Yeah, almost forgot about that. Oh, I didn't put a rigid body on it, so it's got a collider, and it's floating. So awesome. And if I hit R, G, B, so we can change the colors of things. Why? I don't know. Why not? Exactly. Thank you. That's the right answer.
We made a custom character creator right there. That's all you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So in the middle of the game, if you want to change teams, just hit G. Boom, you're on green team now.
Yeah, no,
It's all good.
This is all they had to do to make the Skyrim character creator.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Look for this in Elder Scrolls 6.
You know, like it's just like all the other stuff that's on there that you think's there. That's kind of an illusion. It's all just good. It's just good VFX.
Right. So we'll use this same dumb barrel, cheat barrel, whatever we're calling it, and we're going to paste this next script onto it. And so let me just grab the whole thing. Maybe it'll work this time if I remember the right name. We're calling this Click Force. Another good name for this might be Click to Yeet or something like that.
That sounds like it's very fun.
Huh? We will. Yes. Yeah. We're need to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a new script in here, in my folder. Alternatively, I could just on the barrel. There's another thing we can do. We just come down here to add component, and what did we say? We want to click force. Doesn't exist. I can click new script, so I can create the script from here, create an add. The problem with this script is there, but because I'm particular, the problem with that is that new click force script is in the root of my assets folder now instead of in my scripts folder. There, I fixed it. No big deal. So for me, there's an extra step if I just create it that way. It's all good either way. All right, and it went away because I moved it. It said, I don't know what click force is. Here we go. We'll find it again, double click it. And we're going to try to just replace the whole thing with what's on canvas. All right. So I'm using private variables here, but I'm making an assumption that I've got a rigid body on this thing. If it doesn't, this isn't going to work. It might throw errors. It might just throw warnings. It might probably won't do that. Probably not. So there's other stuff we'll look at later. We can force it to have a rigid body, but right now we're gonna say, we assume it's got a rigid body. I've got a private bool set up here. Should yeet. So I'm just gonna do it once. Click it. It flies because this is more for me because I've had way too much fun just sitting here spamming my mouse button and watching stuff go flying. So anyway, that's a way to use booleans is the example here. So we've got a boolean here. By default, we should not yeet, I guess. And then I've got a click force, which I just set to 500 float, just a random number I found. On start, I'm going to go get the rigid body. This is very similar to what we did here, right? We're doing get components. This time, I'm getting it every time someone hits R, G, or B. Kind of not the best. Because that's a little expensive. So I don't want to in update every time the frame updates. I don't want to go out and say, hey, do you have a rigid body? Okay, you're assigned to this variable RB now. So I'm just doing it on start and saving it. So that's what this guy's about. So I'd save a variable. I set it once on start, which is, guess what? Spoiler alert, it's called before the first frame update. Yeah, right? Who knew the comments meant anything? I don't know. And then once per frame in update, I'm going to check for input, get mouse button down. So if someone, and that's 0, that's the first mouse button. If someone goes click, then I'm going to change this Boolean, should yeet, to true. Because I'm going to do the yeeting in fixed update. And again, we talked about this in the last class. You should have heard about it in the other Unity classes. Update is where we want to get input every frame. If it's a fresh draw, I want to know what's happening. Did they push the button? Did they click the thing? So update's where we want to get input, but fixed update is where we want to do stuff with physics. And since we're yeeting with physics, then that's why I moved this down here to that. So if they clicked it, I'm setting should yeet to true. Then down here in fixed update, which happens at a fixed interval, based on some clock that we can set in the editor. Then I check that Boolean. Oh, is should yeet equal to true? Because we just set that to true because someone clicked it. Yes. Okay. Then I set it back to false. So this doesn't fix the forever clicking. This just resets it. And then finally, here's where it's all at. I grab the rigid body on the thing that this script is on, and then add force, and then I'm getting the transform forward from the camera. So wherever I'm facing, we're going that way. So I can run around to the other side of it, click it again, it'll go the other way. Otherwise, you could just give it a, almost the equivalent of north, south, east, west, and everything will just fly that way.
This way, click, and then we'll just fly.
Yeah. So here's the fun part, right? So if this listener's on, and I've got an exploding barrel with this on it behind me, and I click, then the exploding barrel comes and smacks me in the back of the head, and I die. Which we'll get to. We'll get to that. So that's the direction. Is we're just whatever way the camera's facing times this click force, which we did expose by making it public, so we can change that in the inspector. So, again, these are dumb scripts, but they're building blocks of stuff we're going to be using the whole semester. Adding force to a rigid body, kind of a big deal. We like it. Intermediate to beginner script. Yes. That's elementary, my dear Watson. It's just demeaning. Man, this kid's not happy for nothing. All right. So it's on here. We've set our click force to 500. Yes. Yeah, I was going to mention. So if I don't add rigid body, nothing's going to happen. But I could, just do that now, and then it would actually work. So if you put a script on a thing and it doesn't work, then check for things. Check for different components that the script wants. So I'm going to save my scene, and we'll do this. We'll find the guy. Yes, we'll make it. Go. I'm wondering can I use this to push tacos around? Here, click the mouse button. And it rolls because it's got that. Here we go. So this exploding barrel now is helping me to serve giant tacos in my forest restaurant here, I guess. Yeah, he just delivered that. Let's go see what happens. Oh. Yeah, he just kept rolling. So if I just keep clicking, he's going to go. Yeah, that could work, right? So we're just going to stand over this way and click, see if he can get back to us. We're playing red light, green light now with, nope, he couldn't make it back. All right. You want to see something completely ridiculous and stupid? Let's do it. All right, so if I take this taco here, which is a prefab, they're all up in the air. Right? And what if I just want to add click force to that guy? So I add that to the taco. And then I scroll up here because it's a prefab and say, you know what? Do that to all the tacos. Or they just all go that way. So now we have force powers. I just
Face
down, this should bounce up a little bit. Aha! There we go. What have I wrought? I am become chef, destroyer of. No, wait, how's it go? You know what? And then having the bouncy material on there too. This is perfect. Okay, so.
Now make this a PvP game wherever. The taco team and the burrito team, and then you You just
Yeah.
get to eat like thousands of stuff at the same time.
And I think Taco Sith will sell. Like I think that will, yeah. Nope, it's a taco. All right, so we did a couple dumb things, which is nice. Let's do more dumb things, but like maybe some dumb things that make sense. Is that a phrase you can even say? Right? Flying bouncy tacos, even better. All right, so let's do a level reset. Again, we've done these before, but um, just as a reminder. So let's see if this is gonna just open the whole thing. All right, I'm just gonna grab this little bit here. And then remember that the thing's going to reset the level is going to be a trigger. So I don't need to know that I ran into it, but as soon as I clip into it, we reset the level. So it effectively unalived us. Would you get smashed by a taco? I like it. You know what? Let's do it. I was gonna. We'll do the barrel first because that's what I had in mind. But yeah, then we'll make the tacos. The raining tacos are dangerous. Well, I don't know. What do you like? Maybe you're a lactose intolerant vegan. I don't know. Or it could just be the size and the weight.
Yeah, like I mean, if you get crushed by that, like like I mean, sure it might taste good, but you're not making it.
Yeah, but what a way to go out. All right, so I'm in my scripts folder. I'm going to create a new mono behavior script, and we'll call this. You can call it level reset. You can call it death, whatever. So if you know that you're only going to have tacos reset your level, then that's fine, right? If you want to make this reusable, then just level reset. All right, open this guy up. And it wasn't even either one of these, right? So I'm just going to Control V. Will that work? Oh, so here's what's happening. So this guy, what I planned for, look at that. When I put in scene manager, it just imported scene management. It's just nice. It's just nice. So we're going to be looking for the other tag of player, right? So this is going to be using a trigger. So again, we don't need the physics actually. We just need to know something passed through it. And so on trigger enter, we're going to get the collider of the other thing that passed through. We're going to check its tag. Was it player? If it was, then I'm going to go to scene manager, load scene, and the cheap, dumb way to do this, assuming we only have one, is to say load the scene at index 0 because that's the scene we're probably in. I don't like that. So we're going to do. It looks gnarly, but it works better. So I'm going to go to scene manager, get the active scene, get the build index. What scene number am I in? 72, whatever. That's the one I want you to load right now. So it's just going to reload literally whatever we're in. Yeah, that should work. I've just got to put a trigger on it.
Can I have two colliders at the same time?
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Why not have a bigger box collider on the outside that's looking for...
I just meant if it's like a trigger and then physically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we'll use the trigger one, and then maybe luckily we'll still get some physics out of this. I'm going to save this script. Go to Unity. For now, I'm going to put it on the barrel. And we're going to try it your way. All right, so I've got a box collider on it already. That's this little guy that's not a trigger, so the rigid body is controlling it a little bit. And I will add another collider. Just so we know the difference, let's go ahead and add a capsule collider on this. And then I want to make that bigger. Just going to up the radius here that way. All right.
It's no longer attached.
Yeah, if you your capsule just turned into a sphere, but whatever.
It's legal.
And so that will set to is trigger. So this capsule collider, in theory, should say, "Did I hit the player?" And then everything else should just kind of work. And just to be sure, I'll drag that up so we can see it fall. And then the only other thing to do is go ahead and do the override. It's got all that going for it. I should add the script. Details. Let's go ahead and add the script. So this will be level reset. And then I need to make sure that my first person controller is tagged player. It's untagged. That'd be awful. So we can make any tags we want. Player is one that we get by default because it just assumes, hey, that'd be a good thing to have. All right, let's check this out. When was the last time I played a game? That's the question. Okay, so he came and he landed, and that was cool. And I think, yeah, I applied it, so they're both going to be looking for me. I'm going to run into it and go, huh. Oh, okay. It did it. So only on the one. That's weird. I applied before I added the script. Yep. Okay. So that's on me. So they work. So that's cool. Yeah. One of them has the script and one doesn't. So this guy does not. This guy does. And I just need to read. There we go. Apply all. And now this metal barrel should also have it. There it is. So yeah, that was on me. Order of operations. We're going to try, just because, we'll try it on the tacos. Yeah, so I'm gonna evil tacos that have level reset on them. And then let me just find that guy. He's here. We're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna add a different collider to him that is a trigger. So we'll just capsule around him too, whatever. You know what? I don't like that. Let's just do a box. That's too much. So remove the component. We'll add a box collider to it. That should work. I could scale it up a little bit. And so I can use this little guy here, which means I can start grabbing via these dots all the little faces and making it a little bit bigger or smaller. Or I can just do it here via the size and the center, and I can move stuff around there. So, still on? There we go. Make that a little bit bigger. We'll call that good enough. All right, same deal. So I've got my collider that, is a trigger. There we go. Box collider is trigger. Level resets on it. It's also got click force on it. So I can accidentally yeet them at myself. Yeah. Ooh. And then I'm just going to do the same thing here. I'm going to override and apply all. So now all tacos are deathers. Why does Death Taco sound like a good band name? Let's just see. Okay, I'm going to do something really dumb. I'll launch them straight up into the air again. And we'll just see what happens if I get. I mean, I guess I could directly run into one, but now I got to catch him. Dang it. Where are they all going? Come back! I think this guy. This is going to be the one. Let's check it. So I love this double collider thing. Oh, and it resets. Okay, I'm going to do one more thing with this ridiculousness. And I'm going to make one more script. I'm going to add it to the level reset, but I'm just going to make another script. So you can make giant scripts that do a bunch of different things, but then it's not as reusable. I just want this to do one thing. So I'm going to make a script. I'm going to call it dangerous color. And I'm going to go over here to color change. I'm just going to grab this guy right here. And so if this dangerous color is on something, we're changing its color to red. Nothing to do in the update. We're just saying we have marked this guy as dangerous, shade him red. Now, if you want to be a completely evil game developer, then this doesn't have to actually match up with things that are dangerous. But if you're not giving good mechanics to people, then they're gonna freak the heck out. Yeah.
Put that on the trees.
Put it on the trees. All right. I was gonna go to my metal barrel first, so I'm gonna go this guy. He's a level resetter, and we're gonna say add component, and we're gonna dangerous color. Doesn't change it here, but on start it should. And I'm gonna also make that part of the prefab. So both of the barrels should now be telling us that they're dangerous. It's not on that. So the other, where did the other barrel go? Oh, there he is. Yeah, he still changes. What was that? Okay, I thought I heard him. All right. Yeah. But those are dangerous. And if you're curious, yep, they're dangerous. So that worked out really well because, again, I made this barrel kind of a grayscale color. But let's do this. Let's just say that I've got a palette. Do I have just one palette in here? Just the one, actually. Okay. I'm going to drag out another one. So I'm going to go grab this prefab. I'm going to have a palette over here. And this palette's dangerous. Exactly. How do you know? So we go danger color. So this one will change to red on start. We'll leave it at that for now. What else could he do? Could actually kill you?
Yeah, you can have
I mean, I've written scripts like that, but they're not popular.
That palette, it starts deleting a random system32 file.
Yes.
That's not this class, but we can talk afterwards. All right. So I didn't add a rigid body to it. I just changed this guy's. I just changed his collider to be trigger, so he'll be floating in the air still, and then he'll change to red. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make a new prefab. So I'm just gonna give him a new name, palette bad, and I'll drag it down here. And I want a new original prefab. So I've got palette and I've got palette bad. Let's just see what palette bad like. I don't like it, right? You can see the difference. Oh, what? Something hit me. Now I've got too many. Created a minefield. Just trying to get over here. Oh yeah, let's just yeet them all. I'm just gonna hide over here, and then we're gonna taco yeet. There we go. Get out of here. All right. Yeah, yeah, it's fantastic. And so this is a nice regular palette, and then this one is obviously shaded red. So that red color will just go over the top of any texture you've got, and it's dangerous. It's too fun. I don't. It's the dumbest thing ever, but like I enjoy it. All right. All right. So we're already starting to mix up some of the things. So I just got the danger color. I like that. Let's see what else we're supposed to be doing. then it would start red, but then I could fool myself later. I'm like, oh, it's blue. I'm fine. No, that would be, yeah, that would be bad. All right, so level reset. Oh, the trap platforms, we'll work on those. So we've got lots of danger, lots of exploding barrels or falling tacos or whatever. I do want to play with this trap platform, which is always a fun thing-ish, sort of. Not really. It gets weird, but we're going to do it. And then we'll do the floor is lava. And then you'll still have time to go to like chapel or whatever. All right.
Now,
Yeah.
Well, someone's a virus and that does that.
All right. So instead of level reset, here's what I want to try to do. So I'm going to take the level reset off of this guy, remove that component. And I'm going to move him over here. So I'm going to try and make a bunch of platforms, and some of them are not good for us. And they'll be tinted. Yeah. And so this guy will just float. He's cool. And this one I'm going to add a rigid body to. But then I'm going to turn off the gravity for now. And then later, when I hit it, we'll turn the gravity on. So it's like a falling platform. That's the goal. We'll see what we can do. So I'm going to add a component, so a new script. This one, since I'm doing it over here, I'm going to have to move it later. And I'm just going to call it trap platform. Weird. Well, now we've got add rigid body force the way the camera's or something is for like facing. I could like when I hit this platform, it just shoots me straight up because we have a rigid body on us. Like there's lots of dumb things. I mean, wonderful game mechanics we can create. All right, so trap platform. We got this guy, and let's just pirate some stuff. Yeah. So I want probably part of the level reset here that says, hey, we hit this trigger. So I'm going to grab that. We'll add this over to trap platform. I think I need any of the rest of this stuff. No, I'm going to leave that for now. All right, so I'm going to leave start in here. I'll paste in this, and we're just going to change what this guy does. So if something enters the trigger of this palette, and that thing happens to be player, then we will do the thing.
Your position to 10,000 in the air.
That's just instant teleportation.
Yeah, you have to just like skydive every time you press it.
You'll make your character play like way more every time, or yeah. Okay, so come over here to click force and grab this. So I'm going to want the rigid body guy. So I'm just code pirating from myself. And then on start, I'm going to get the rigid body. All right, so on start, I get the rigid body. There's my private variable. And then for this, I will RB dot, I'm looking for, there we go, use gravity equals true. Just to be sure, I'm going to set the gravity to false on start in case I just happen to mess this up. So on start, we get the rigid body. We immediately say don't use gravity. And then when I trigger into it, we're going to say, go ahead and set the gravity to true. So save this guy. We will compile. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, so I want to like stick and move, get out of there. So I turned that off. We've got our dangerous color on. Got my trap platform. This has got a box collider on it that is just a trigger, so I would just pass through it anyway. That doesn't do any good. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this box collider and make that my physics one. And then same thing we did earlier. I'm going to add another component. This will be tricky, figuring out which is which. Add a second box collider. And instead of trying to pull around on it, I'm just going to say this second one down here. There's the first one. Here's the second one. I'm going to change the size a little bit. And so we're going to extend that out, extend this out. The Y is the one we really care about. And then we'll extend the Z a little bit. Well, maybe we don't want to do that. If I hit it from the side, I don't want it to fall. We'll just have it come from the top. Not 0, for the love. Let's go to 1 on the X and the Z. Huh. Whatever. It's fine. So now we've got it even trickier where I can tap the side with my toe a little bit and get away with it. We're going to call it a feature. Okay, and so this one that we've been playing with, I want to set to is trigger. It should just work. All right, I'm going to take this guy. Should just work. Let me override this for palette bad. And I'm going to create a copy of this palette. Move them over here. Huh? Yeah.
That was like the starting velocity of like an insane speed.
Fine. I think we're good. Let's try this.
Yeah, it'll summon a 10,000 explosion.
What? What? I clicked something wrong. All right, let's just yeet all those out. Get out of here. The toggles are now not a problem. Okay, so I've got, need to get to that other palette. Ugh. And it just, it's down. It's down. I didn't jump fast enough. You know what? I know how to fix this. I'll just run into this barrel over here. There we go. Instant level resetter. Get out of here. That one don't go. Go! The taco went over the mountain. Oh, dang it. Okay, well, good luck, everybody. So that's what we want to set up, right? Probably we use some kind of platforms. We're going to have lava coming up from the ground here in a minute that's going to kill us. Yeah, we're doing a full lava simulation. You don't know the lava simulation button? Okay.
I haven't touched authentic lava.
Yeah. We'll work on it. All right, let's get the lava going, and then we'll see how much time we have left.
This is like the simulation that melts a bunch of rocks.
All right, we're going to do this. We're going to zoom way out. Was this 1,000 by 1,000? Yeah. I'm going to make a game object that is a cube. I'm going to reset his transform so he's centered around 0. So you can do that up here with the little skinny snowman. I mean the 3 dots. And reset the transform. And now he's at 0, 0. And then I'll set his X to 1,000. And we'll set a Z to 1,000. And just so it's, you know, like super dangerous, it'll be 10 meters thick. The floor is snow. So this is the floor is lava Alaska edition. No, it doesn't work like that. We'll drop it down here. And then it's already got a box collider, and I'm going to set that to is trigger. And then if I just add the level reset to this guy, then if I collide with this, the level resets. First thing to do really is we need to make it look like lava. So I'm going to go to Windows Package Manager, search for lava, because surely I've downloaded lava before. There's a nice stylized, or there's this. What's in here? That's
There's
a.
a lava one in there.
Is there? It's just in there somewhere, hidden. Ah, that's actually kind of nice. Okay. I'm in. I'll use that one. This is the stylized. It's a little like if you're going to cartoony. Yeah, it's nice and crunchy. So I'm going to go ahead and download the regular with all of the ground materials, apparently. Yeah, it's like it's kind of like a overdone marshmallow in a s'more. Yeah. Wants to what? Yeah, right. I mean, these are just really good. What are the little cookie things? Yeah, yeah, kind of like they're just little puff balls. Ooh,
Okay, that one third in the
yeah.
middle, that's definitely like a chocolate.
Oh yeah, that's definitely chocolate cake pop. This one's covered in powdered sugar. It could be that we're hungry. Yeah, it's a little more mochi. You're right. You're right. Okay, so I'm just because I could go through here and find what I want, but I'm just going to import everything because it's fun. I might want to use some of this other stuff later too. Mentality of a hoarder. Okay, let me go find that.
It's
We'll figure it out. Lava. So I'm just going to drag this guy over here. Probably want to tile that a little bit because that's 1,000 by 1,000 meters.
very pixelated.
Yeah, it's going to look a little weird. So I'm going to come over here. Yeah. It's like this weird black box is coming up with an orange stripe down the center. I don't know. So we'll do tiling, probably like 100 by 100. Oh, wrong one. That's the detail mask. So up here. That might be too much. But what if we'll preview it. We can't preview it. Sort of. All right, let me go to, yeah. Yeah. Take my cube. Yeah. Don't try that at home, kids. Oh, because it's 10 meters. There we go. That kind of works. Yeah, we just happen to have found a good number. All right, cool. Tasty as heck. All right, so we'll move it down. There we go. We've got our lava. He's set up. He's got level reset on it. We're good to go, right? It's got to rise. Yeah. Sounds like another script. I'll bet we have one.
That resets every frame.
So you want the lava to have seizures?
Yeah, every frame it changes between having a velocity between 0 meters per second and like 10,000.
I don't like any of these ideas. Moving on. All right. So I'm just going to grab this little bit here. This lava reset is the same as level reset. We can just use level reset. It's already on there. So I'm going to grab this little bit of move object over time. Could be rise, but like we could reuse this script to move things around other ways. Makes it, Well, you know what? In a couple of weeks, we'll get into nav mesh agents and we'll have evil tacos that chase you around, and you can shoot at them.
Yay.
Probably shoot hot sauce. Anyway, we're yeah. Copy that.
I feel like shooting
Maybe.
someone.
I'm gonna do the same thing from here. So I'm gonna go ahead and new script, move object over time, which is really what we want it to do. Where'd it go? Oh, it's still working on it. There we go. What that was in, I think there was an update. I'm just gonna paste all this down here. Get rid of that now. Okay, so I've got a public, which means I can change it in the inspector. Float of speed. We'll set it to 1 for now. Yeah. The lava's gone. You don't even know what happened. You're just dead. Which is probably how they felt. What was the place? Yes, Pompeii. That was it. Too soon? And then I've got a move vector. So right now we're setting that to vector 3.0, which is nothing. So it's just saying don't go anywhere yet. And then we can add in numbers for the X, the Y, and the Z in the editor. So right now it won't do anything until we change it in the editor. But every frame, we're going to move this guy or translate it along the move vector by the speed, and then this time times time.delta time again is for frame smoothing, because I don't know what your frame rate is, so that just basically adjusts it for whatever's been happening on your rendering and physics engine. So save this guy, move object over time looks good.
Get some fire effects moving along with it too.
Well, yeah, that sounds like fun. I'm gonna move these guys to the scripts folder, not the terrain, just that.
The tacos.
Yeah. So we got tacos falling this way. We've got hot sauce coming up this way. I'm ready for lunch. All right. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And so we want to move the vector. We'll just set that to Y is to 1, and so it's going to come up. That's a good question. Ooh. Yes, it's got some emissive on it. This will be fun.
Yeah, so that means you can move the sun down so it's like nighttime.
Oh, eat the tacos. There we go. Get out of here. I should go stand on something taller so that I can see the lava coming out. Yeah, there we go. Get up here. Oh, there's all dirt on the top there. And then, oh, here it comes. Yeah. So, yeah. So at this point, I would ask you if you've heard of our Lord and Savior. Yep, it's all over. All right, so we got that going. I think we accomplished all the ridiculousness we meant to for today. Okay. We'll do some more stuff. So you want to get ahead, you've gotten this far and you're already bored, and you're like, man, I'm just waiting for the next Game Engines class. Here's the stuff we're doing next time. So we're going to turn this into more of a game. The raising lava is definitely going to be a thing. So you're going to have to get up high. You're going to have to find elevation. More danger, as if falling tacos or falling whatever wasn't enough. And then we're going to add some collectibles and audios and fun stuff like that. So, yeah, we'll have good tacos and bad tacos. Avoid the vegan tacos for sure. Some people are into like the shrimp tacos. It's just not for me. It's a preference.
Could be good or really bad.
Most of what we'll do on Thursday is already part of this 13-minute video that I found. And so pickups and sounds, and there's the other lava texture. You can use a pizza for a pickup or use whatever. While we're here, and I can't turn you loose right now because you got to hang tight for chapel, right? So we'll do the audio lesson really quick. All right, let me just see if this is even working. Hello, sound. All video games, unless they're on my phone. Yeah. Hello? Let's see. He's here for the chaos, man. Like, okay. Well, you know, sound. Oh, all the way. Even numbers or divisible by 5 are all. Yeah, just keep divisible by 5. Ignore everything else.
0258. Those are really acceptable numbers.
Oh, okay, that is working. Yeah, I'm still recording, so this is gonna get wild. So here's something new for that I've added. So this is just, I think, a fun thing that will. There we go. So listen, if you've never heard of the Wilhelm scream, I'm sorry. This will change the way you watch movies for the rest of your life.
In the 1970s, a young sound designer named Ben Burt was browsing the Warner Brothers sound effects library when he came across a file labeled "Man Getting Bit by Alligator." It sounded like this. Burt took a liking to the exaggerated yell and added it to the student films he was working on at USC. It became a joke between him and his fellow classmates. So when Burt was hired to sound design an upcoming film called Star Wars, he found a place to use his signature sound effect. Burt went on to sound design the rest of the Star Wars films and the Indiana Jones franchise, and he continued using this sound effect, which he named the Wilhelm scream. The name Wilhelm comes from a character from the 1953 film The Charge at Feather River.
Wilhelm! Yeah, I'll just fill my pipe.
However, the sound effect was first recorded a few years earlier for the film Distant Drums, and used in a scene where a man is attacked by an alligator, which is why when Burt found the sound effect, it was labeled as such. There were 6 takes of the scream in the original recording, but takes 4 and 5 are the most recognizable.
You can hear somebody slating the recording.
A man getting bit by an alligator and he screams.
And then he does 3 screams, these short pained screams. That are pretty good. These have been used quite a bit too. And there's the famous one.
There is no conclusive evidence about who originally performed the scream, but it was most likely the voice of Sheb Wooley, a character actor who would later record the novelty song The Purple People Eater. Wooley's wife Linda confirmed that it was most likely Sheb's voice in the recording, because Sheb always used to joke about how he was so great about screaming and dying in films. Burt's extensive use of the Wilhelm scream led to its widespread popularity, and has since become a joke or tradition within the sound design industry.
The sound editors who use the Wilhelm scream are sort of putting it in as a tribute to sort of the sound effect lore that has come before. Yeah, it's sort of become sort of a competition, or maybe even sort of a way of communicating between ourselves and saying hello to each other.
Many designers incorporate the Wilhelm scream into their mixes, and as a result, the scream can be found in a wide range of films, including Toy Story, Lord of the Rings, Wet Hot American Summer, Kill Bill, and Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
This is awesome! We're gonna be in White Castle in no time! Close!
Today, some film buffs have come to resent the cliche scream, saying that once you are familiar with the sound effect and it appears in a film, it can be distracting. As a result, the use of the sound effect has slowed down in recent years.
Now that it's above ground and now people are finding out about it, it isn't nearly as much fun to use anymore.
And even Ben Burt agrees.
You know, some people have come up here and had me sign Wilhelm shirts and documents, and it's crazy. Nobody noticed for 20 years until the internet came along and people collectively started understanding that there was a pattern here. I try not to put it in now, but my crew forces me to do it.
Even if Burt retires his use of the Wilhelm, its popularity has now expanded beyond his control. The legacy of the Scream has inspired song titles, band names, and even a craft beer. And while there are thousands of memorable screams throughout movie history, none are as iconic as the original Wilhelm.
Ah! It's something like that. I can never do quite the original.
To this day, I've tuned into that. So now every time I'm watching a movie, I'm like, oh, there it is. So I've got some compilations down here that I may have found. Tons of movies with them in it. And then I maybe sort of grabbed a file we could use. See if it's still here. And plays this sound. Yeah. Or you can set your computer to play this sound every time a System32 file gets deleted.
Assuming
I like that.
that's my new alarm clock right there.
Master?
Oh, the fall off. That's nice. Yeah. So, stop. No, just kidding. Go away. They're out there. Use them. Not. I wasn't trying to do that. There we go. So, and then we can maybe get into some more scripting on Thursday. So when the taco hits you or you hit the barrel, then we've got to find a way to play the scream and then reset the level. Yeah, I just got to delay the reset or something. Yeah. So, yeah, so that's this that we did is like probably the cheapest reset in the history of resets because it's instant. Right? We didn't get the "you died" text. We didn't get like fade to black. Nothing. We're just like boom.
I've made the Dark Souls "you died" in Unity like 3 or 4 times now.
So, preview. So we're gonna get into audio and collectibles and things on Thursday. Find your favorite version of the Wilhelm scream. We'll see what we can do with that, and then. What you're going to do eventually, and I'm giving you bits and pieces of all these scripts. Eventually, what you're going to do is you're going to add a win condition for whatever this nonsense floor is lava is. Okay, so you grabbed all of the good tacos before the lava reached some point. Or one of my favorites was a student basically made, go find this little ring and then make it to the top of a mountain and throw it in before the lava hits you. It might be a reference to something.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Was it like an Elden Ring or something?
It was elvish, maybe. I don't know. But it could be. Yeah, I think there was just the one. There was one ring. And that's where we end the recording. We're done. We got to find out what that sounds like backwards. All right.